What is up, YouTube? Redbeard here, back at it again, and today we got some extremely exciting news. Something we've been waiting for years. The Chaos Dwarves. It's happening. Finally. Welcome to Forge of the Chaos Dwarves, introducing Astragoth Ironhand. So, I'm just gonna read through the blog. I started reading and then I was like, you know what, let me record this. I'm not going to do like a trailer reaction. I'll link that down below. So if you haven't already, go watch that trailer first and then come back here and let's talk about the blog. The honestly, not really that secret is out of the, wait, did I not shut this bag? At long last. The missing puzzle piece of the Warhammer 3 experience you've all been waiting for is on the way. And we can guarantee that once this lot have rocked up, things are never going to be the same. Rocked up because Chaos Dwarf sorcerers petrify and become rocks. I see what they did there. We can finally confirm the Forge of the Chaos Dwarves will be arriving in Total War Warhammer 3 as part of Update 3.0 on April 13th. Boom shakalaka. 1 month. You can pre-order Forge of the Chaos Dwarfs here, and if you do so before release, you can grab 10% off the launch price. You can check out our announcement trailer right here. We always keep a close eye on our official feedback channels to ensure Warhammer 3 is heading in the right direction, so please use the links below to make your voice heard on everything Total War. So this just links to Steam, the official forums, and the Discord. Today we kick off a series of deep dives into this upcoming troublesome trio with a closer look at Astragoth Ironhand. But before we get stuck in, we've got a quick update on DLC plans. So, a little disappointed that it's only 3 Legendary Lords, but it sounds like that's the way they're going from now on. Which, which leaves room as well, like if they do 3 Legendary Lords, and it's and then that just leaves room down the line for maybe an FLC Lord or another DLC Lord or something, so still really hoping we get Shartor, which he is not in this pack, by the way. But let's continue on and we'll get into that. Legendary characters. Forge of the Chaos Dwarves includes 3 ferocious and foul legendary lords: Astragoth Ironhand, High Priest of Hashut, Drazoath the Ashen, Sorcerer Prophet of Hashut, and Zatan the Black, Commander of the Tower of Zharr. They are joined by the one and only legendary Hobgoblin hero himself, Gorduz Backstabber. This maniacal group intend to construct the Great Drill of Hashut, with which they will burrow through the very fabric of reality itself to conquer both the known world and perhaps also far more. Releasing 3 legendary lords with an additional legendary hero is new for us and is the path we'll be following for future releases. You told us you wanted more legendary heroes, and we agree. These new heroes can be recruited and used by all of the lords in any given pack, offering up a lot more playstyle flexibility than before. In the case of Gorduz, his appearance improves hobgoblins across the board, allowing more players to tap into his amazingly quick wolf cavalry. In the first of a series of deep dives into this upcoming troublesome trio, you can read about Astragoth and Gorduz below. So it sounds like they'll go more into Drazoath probably next week, and then Zatan maybe the week following. But yeah, no Shartor. Definitely disappointed by that, but cross the fingers that one day we will get Shartor either as a DLC or FLC. He doesn't even have to be a legendary lord. He could be a legendary hero. I'd be cool with that. I just, I'm sure Mixu or somebody will add him in though. So, Astragoth Ironhand. So, his model, I'm a little on the fence with. I was hoping for more of like the Gundam suit type thing that was never official, but was a very popular kit bash for Astragoth. His model is still really dope. like he's got like just having Astragoth and is amazing. Is so amazing. He's got the tall hat. He's got the hammer. He's got the Iron Hand. He's a little. I see a little less stone on his model than I maybe would have liked to see. Like I would have liked to see him kind of look a little more petrified. Or actually, under the Iron Hand, I think you can kind of see some stone. Hard to tell. But you know, it looks like he's sitting in his contraption. So he's definitely a little bit crippled. So his legs are probably stone at this point. Anyways, his model's dope. Astragoth Ironhand is the oldest living sorcerer prophet of the Chaos Dwarves, the high priest of Hashut, and once the most potent sorcerer to walk the plane of Zharr. Astragoth's waning powers are a result of prolonged petrification, leaving him bound to a mechanical device that grants him movement. Astragoth takes his place on the battlefield as an armored caster with a mixed spell lore, fire, and Hashut, able to cover plenty of ground at a respectable speed and hold his own up close against enemy combatants. But on the campaign side of things, this high priest has a few more tricks up his metal sleeves, excelling the Tower of Zharr by generating more conclave influence than any other Dowie Zharr, all of which makes him all the tougher to usurp. So yeah, the Tower of Zharr is one of the Chaos Dwarves race mechanics, which we'll be going over. I think it's at the end of the blog. And right here in this picture you see Astragoth. Looks like he's got a bunch of orc slaves around him. So some units we saw in the trailer. I think we saw orc slaves, hobgoblin slaves, hobgoblin wolf cavalry, bull centaurs. I think we only saw one variant. But we also saw Iron Demon. We saw the what is the Skullcracker variant of this Iron Demon, and then the regular variant with the steam cannonade. But then we also saw an Iron Demon and they were putting a Dreadquake mortar on the back. So I think we are fully seeing Iron Demons. It's a lot of people were like, "Oh no, there's no way we can see Iron Demons." Well, they're coming. They showed a lot of Iron Demon in the trailer, so they are absolutely a unit. They would not have shown that in the trailer that much if it wasn't a unit. But anyways, I'm getting off track. And then we saw, I think, the magma cannon, and we saw the Infernal Guard. We saw LLamasu. We saw Bale Taurus. We saw Kadai Fireborn. We saw Kadai Colossus, I think is its name. The thing that roars at the end. I mean, oh my god, that moment. Like the crackling metallic roar. Oh, so cool. Okay, and then Gorduz Backstabber as a legendary hero. Yes, we need more legendary heroes. It's so glad to see CA just like mention that, like, yes, we want to put more legendary heroes in. And Gorduz, I'm not on the fence with his model. I fucking love his model. It's got like a almost like a samurai aesthetic with the shoulder pads, kind of a Mongolian look, which is definitely up a hobgoblin's alley. Dude, all like the spikes on his like fur cloak and on his helmet. Dude, he looks sick. Having outlived most of his fellow tribal leaders, Gorduz Backstabber's naturally distrustful disposition and lashings of cunning grant him an enduring talent for survival. With thick scars crisscrossing his shoulders, Gorduz's luck carries him far on the battlefield. Focusing on melee combat, this sneaky fellow works his way behind enemy lines, either on foot or mounted atop a giant wolf for faster movement. And, oh, dude, this artwork is awesome. Oh, dude, so they even got, like, a picture of, like, what looks like a samurai or a Mongol. Is that a samurai? They got like a real life photo, it looks like, there, that they must have modeled his armor after. Oh. And then he's got the axe and the shield like he did in Tabletop. They also got a dagger here, which is probably, better for backstabbing. I wonder if they're going to give him like a unique... Well, they will. He's a legendary hero. They'll give him unique weapons. Or items, at the least. I mean, that axe looks like it's a unique weapon. That's going to... If anything is his magic item, that looks like it's going to be it. And then hopefully he gets like a named wolf mount. Doesn't say that there, though. Gameplay-wise, Gorduz Backstabber is a force to be reckoned with, adding some serious versatility to Hobgoblin armies. So, it sounds like there's going to be some definite Hobgoblin, maybe even more units than I previously thought. His presence in an army grants incredibly powerful buffs and stat bonuses, and he has some extremely handy skills. He can keep ammunition flowing with Shoot 'em, or enable Vanguard deployment for all Hobgoblins with Sneaky. And if stealth isn't your style, Get That Gets. Get the Gets. Summons a band of Hobgoblin Cutthroats to command. So that's a confirmed unit right there, Hobgoblin Cutthroats. Which, I mean, we kind of already suspected was coming, but confirmed. Whether Gorduz Backstabber is nestled in among your army or breaking off from the pack to cover ground with a lesser generic lord of the Tower of Zharr, he's an invaluable asset. Oh, dude. Oh. Okay. Campaign. So this is where we get into the mechanics of the Chaos Dwarfs. So in this picture you see the labor economy, which it looks like, and from just tapping into reading it a little bit, it looks like it's almost a combination of the the old world dwarves, the forge mechanic from them, combined with the slave mechanic of the Dark Elves, or at least maybe the old slave mechanic of the Dark Elves. It looks like almost like a combination of that, which is really good. Really, really good. Economy and labor. No thriving faction in Warhammer 3 is complete without a robust economy to fund their infernal war machine, and the Tower of Zharr are no different. The Chaos Dwarves need laborers, and they can acquire them by besting their foes in battle or via the convoy mechanic, which we'll have more detail about in the third part of this series in a couple of weeks. So not only do I think what it sounds like they're going to be talking about Drazoath and Zatan in later weeks, and as well as more mechanics, more units, things like that. Which will have more detail. I already read that. Before setting them to work. Alright, let me just start that sentence over. The Chaos Dwarves need laborers, and they can acquire them by besting their foes in battle or via the convoy mechanic, which we'll have more detail about in the third part of the series in a couple weeks, before setting them to work in mining outposts to harvest raw materials. Raw materials are crucial for the Chaos Dwarves' empire building and a necessity for constructing the more advanced buildings and structures. Beyond that, they can be converted into armaments that unlock the true strength of the dwarves' fiery military. So, the order in which you do things: acquire labor, harvest raw materials, construct nightmarish buildings, and forge hellish weapons, bolster the Chaos Dwarfs. Plus, let's not forget the power of the treasury, earned by winning battles, constructing outposts, utilizing factories, and selling armaments via convoys. The Chaos Dwarfs have many avenues with which to earn some serious coin, and it's up to you to ensure the gold keeps on flowing. And this, the Tower of Zharr mechanic, it kind of looks like the Molder mechanic meets the Clan Eshin mechanic. I don't know. It looks cool. Oh, but it looks like it has effects closer to maybe like Grom's Cauldron, because it gives ammunition plus 25 per turn. What does that say? Armaments surplus? Output. Armaments output plus 5%. That's probably pretty good. Immediately causes wall breaches when besieging. Research. Yeah, so, I don't know. campaign buffs. Looks good. The Tower of Zharr. The Tower of Zharr stands still within the Chaos Dwarven capital of Zharr-Nagrand. It's a political battleground for the Tower of Zharr, and key to their success as an almighty faction of Chaos. Vying for seats within the tower will grant a diverse range of bonuses and rewards to the Chaos Dwarves. It also presents an opportunity for some competition between the factions outside of warfare, thanks to multiplayer compatibility. Cool. Adding a cooperative edge to the campaign experience in the form of districts. That sounds really interesting. Districts can benefit the entire culture of the Chaos Dwarves, encouraging all to work together to enhance Zharr-Nagrand for everyone's benefit, with the chance to experiment with a variety of playstyles and try your hand at some sneaky diplomacy, with the potential for some serious backstabbing. Nice. The Tower of Zharr is one of the most in-depth, unique, and versatile campaign mechanics in Total War Warhammer to date. Wow. Yeah, that sounds really, really interesting. I'm excited to test that out. Then we got a picture of some bull centaurs here. They look fabulous. They look absolutely fabulous. I can't wait to see what kind of variants they get. Serving the Legion of Asgore. The bull centaurs are a monstrous addition to the Chaos Dwarf roster. Rocking the upper torso of a Chaos Dwarf and the body of a ferocious bull, these powerful melee combatants are fearsome beasts that, thanks to their high armor and favorable stats, can play both offensive and defensive roles, but don't let their hulking size or preference for great weapons fool you. They are most definitely keen-witted. Okay, so their preference for great weapons. So we're definitely going to get a great weapon variant. Hopefully we still get a shield and dual weapon variant. That's what I'm hoping for. But we definitely have a great weapon variant. Okay, LLamasu. Wow, this art. Oh, man. Yeah, I think they did a really good job with this. They didn't make it look too goofy. They didn't make it look... I don't know. I think they did good with it. Oh, it's got skulls hanging from it? Ooh, is it like cornate? It's definitely got some chaos iconography in its adornments. It's got some armor on the head, too. That's pretty cool. Alright, anyways. Take to the skies. Bounding across the battlefield on 4 legs is the only way to maneuver your units. The Bale Taurus is a gigantic monster with, again, the body of a bull, but this time coupled with the membranous wings of a dragon. Ridden into battle or flying solo, the Bale Taurus burns with horrific intensity. Weapons that strike it liquefy into molten metal, and the monster sets the ground ablaze as it moves, ready to devour its foes whole. So, fire attacks, but also fire mortis engine. The more commonly spotted Bale Taurus won't be the only one on the battlefield, however. The Great Bale Taurus, reserved for the most powerful Great Dwarves, will be in for those wanting to go bigger. Huh. Okay. So they didn't do like a Great Taurus and Bale Taurus. They did Bale Taurus and Great Bale Taurus. Okay. Confusing, but okay. So is the Bale... So the Bale Taurus has the Mortis engine, but the Great Bale Taurus is just bigger? Almost sounds redundant. I feel like I'm missing something. Okay. Alternatively, the LLamasu, which is thought to be a rare and interesting mutation of the Great Tauri, it is not a being of rage, but instead a manifestation of sorcerous intelligence. Though not as powerful as its cousins in combat, the LLamasu is instead able to employ magic, launching fireballs at the enemy or transporting allies on shadowy mounts in the blink of an eye? What? Alternatively, as they are blessed with an uncanny, insidious charisma that can befuddle enemies, they may simply choose to let death creep mysteriously through enemy ranks. I'm just trying to process what exactly that means. I think they're trying to allude to what maybe bound spells, or maybe their bound abilities, or just passive abilities that it has. Huh. Well, it definitely has the fireball spell, either probably as a bound ability, I would imagine. Transporting allies on shadowy mounts in the blink of an eye. What does that mean? Is that like, does that mean maybe that, what? Transporting, like, does it have a teleport ability? Like, maybe you can, like, click a spot up ahead on the map and it just teleports? So but transports allies. So maybe you click an ally, and then you click, a spot 100 meters away on the map, and then you teleport that unit. Is that what that means? I don't know. Or maybe it just means you like click on an ally, and you can give them like stock or something. I don't know. That sounds crazy. Whatever it is. Alternatively, as they are blessed with an uncanny, insidious charisma that can befuddle. So like the wood elf befuddlement ability, befuddlement of pixies or whatever the hell it is. They may simply choose to let death creep mysteriously through enemy ranks. Okay, so maybe they also have like a Mortis engine ability, but instead of fiery damage, it's like death magic damage. Huh. Is there any more on them? No. Okay, well. The only thing they're missing, because they had an ability in tabletop that like nullified magic in their presence in like an AoE, which I really didn't know how they were gonna translate that. Maybe they just kind of said, nah, let's do like just a death magic AoE, which I mean I'm fine with, It could have been cool if they tried to interpret the magic nullifying rule, but I don't know, it might not just make sense in Total War. Okay, anyways, up next, we'll be sharing a more in-depth look at Astragoth Ironhand and the gameplay elements discussed above in an upcoming Forge of the Chaos Dwarfs showcase, so keep an eye on the official Total War channel and our socials for further info. Beyond that, we've got more blogs and videos on the way very soon showcasing our other two legendary lords from the Forge of Chaos Dwarfs, and we'll of course have a full set of patch notes when the Chaos Dwarfs arrive and update 3.0 on April 13th. See you on the battlefield. Wow. Oh, dude. It doesn't show what the name. I think it's Kadai Colossus. It's been a while since I did the Chaos Dwarfs video. But it's the Kadai Fireborn of the unit. The, like, lesser demon. Oh, so sick, though. Oh, dude, I bet it's got, like, fire breath attacks. It probably does insane charge bonus, and it's probably highly armored. Oh, dude, that thing is going to be a beast. Oh, my God, this roster is going to be so strong. I mean, we knew that, but, like, oh. This is incredible. Anyways, that's the blog. I just wanted to make this video to talk about my excitement about it. I mean, my God. The only thing I really didn't talk about was, while I was going through that, was the drill of Hashit. So let's talk about that before I end this up. So, the maniacal group intend to construct the great drill of Hashit, with which they will bury through the very fabric of reality itself to conquer both the known world and perhaps also far more. Very interesting. Okay, so it sounds like, I mean, that's obviously what the story of the DLC will revolve around. Interesting. Okay, and the fabric of reality itself to conquer both the known world and more. So they might be trying to go into the chaos realms, it seems. So maybe that's them saying they're tying it in to like the part of the realms of the chaos campaign that giving the chaos dwarves a reason in the realms of chaos campaign to go into the realms of Khorne, Tzeentch, Nurgle, Slaanesh, right? Because obviously they're not, and for good reason, they're not connecting it to the whole race for Urson the Great Bear. That just it wouldn't make sense probably. So I'm glad they're. It sounds like they're separating from that. That obviously the four Zanbaijin characters aren't connected. So yeah. Okay, so I just wanted to add, because I've now bumped over this Steam store page, so I just wanted to go over that and some things I've seen there. So, first off is the price. $25 for 3 Legendary Lords. Rise of the Tomb Kings and Curse of the Vampire Coast were 4 Legendary Lord race pack, and were $18.99. So, I'm a little disappointed to see that. That's pretty expensive. I mean, I'm gonna buy it, so I guess whatever. But and inflation, prices in general in the world are going up, so I don't know. I'm a little disappointed to see that price, but whatever. I'm gonna buy it anyways, so it's a nitpick, I guess. Okay, but then about this content section, we get some other kind of things we didn't get in the blog, so let's read through that. The Forge of the Chaos Dwarves campaign pack introduces a new brutal race, the Chaos Dwarves, into Total War Warhammer 3, usable in both the Realms of Chaos and Immortal Empires campaigns. Expand, exploit, and dominate the Warhammer world as Astragoth Ironhand, Drazoath the Ashen, and Zatan the Black, collectively boasting unique campaign mechanics, objectives, and units that only the evil minds of the Chaos Dwarves could forge, with their own frightful agenda to pursue. They do not engage with the Urson storyline in the Realm of Chaos campaign. Thank God. Okay. Burn it all down as 3 new legendary lords: Astragoth Ironhand, Drazoath the Ashen, and Zatan the Black. Recruit Gorduz Backstabber to sneak behind your foes as the newest legendary hero. Master chaotic magic with the all-new Lore of Hashut. Strike foes down with Hellhammer, or set them ablaze with Burning Wrath. Sweet. Construct the Great Drill of Hashut to break open Hashut's domain and siphon his blood for cataclysmic powers. That sounds dope. Cooperate with your fellow Chaos Dwarves to obtain district rewards in the Tower of Zharr, or usurp others for their seats in your quest for supremacy. And lastly, command a comprehensive army roster of over 26 new units. But you got to keep in mind that they usually are including generic lords and heroes in that. So you'd have to assume at least 4 of those. So 2 lords and 2 heroes. At least 4. I mean, I would like to have more than 2 lords and 2 heroes. At least 2 lords and 3 heroes, but whatever. So possibly it's only 20 or 22 units around there, and the other 5 or so are lords and heroes. So anyways, the 26 new units featuring the Baleful Chaos Dwarf Machine trains. So again, that it's very much confirmed now that Iron Demons are a thing. So all of you haters out there that said it wasn't going to happen, it's happening. The new Kadai Destroyers. So that's what they're called, not Kadai Colossus. That's the other thing. That's another monster that they could have possibly had, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't think they are getting it. So anyways, the new Kadai Destroyers alongside some of the old world's cruelest infernal warriors. And then it looks like, okay, now we get some other new things in this too. So let me just read through all of it. Jesus. Okay. So the Forge of the Chaos Dwarves, this might be a little bit of a rehash, but Astragoth Ironhand. Astragoth Ironhand, High Priest of Hashut, is the oldest living Chaos Dwarf sorcerer prophet. Once the most potent sorcerer to walk the plane of Zarduk in 1,000 years, his powers have begun to wane and his body is slowly succumbing to petrification. Negated only by a mechanical device that grants his body movement, so yeah, this is pretty much a rehash. As an armored caster with a mixed spell lore, Astragoth zips around the battlefield at a respectable speed and can hold his own up close. Drazuath the Ashen, Sorcerer Prophet of Hashut, is Lord of the Black Fortress and Commander of the Fell Legion of Asgore. Exiled to the land he now rules, Drazuath's mastery of magic and engineering has only grown stronger. As a mighty warrior and powerful spellcaster, Drazuath is a nigh unstoppable force. Whether he's splitting skulls on foot or scarring the lands mounted upon Cinder Breath, his bell towers. Ah, nice. Nice mention of Cinder Breath. So apparently, from the GIF posted with Drazuath, the guy that plunges the, whatever that is, like I forget the name of it, like the ceremonial mace, brazier, not brazier. So apparently the guy in the trailer, that is Drazuath the Ashen. I thought he was just maybe a sorcerer prophet, but that's Drazuath apparently. Okay. And so but there's a couple things there about him. Mighty warrior and spellcaster, master of magic and engineering. So he'll probably, well, he should definitely focus on engineering more than the other two lords, for sure. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Zatan the Black. So apparently the old white-beard dwarf that kicked the dead dwarf off the ledge, that's Zatan the Black. Although he doesn't look very black. He looks very gray and blue and white-skinned. Not a lot of black there. Zatan the Black is the Chaos Dwarf commander of the Tower of Zharr, serving his master Gorth the Cruel. Zatan provides him with plentiful labor and resources to fuel their growing empire whilst meeting his insatiable thirst for sacrifices. Hold up a second. Gorth the Cruel? Serving his master Gorth the... So apparently there's going to be some, at least, mention of Gorth the Cruel, and he'll have some sort of part to play. It sounds like. So Zatan, known for his high demand for weaponry, boundless cruelty, and greater stature, Zatan is a bone-crunching powerhouse. Interesting, man. So he's going to get plentiful labor and resources. So his economy and labor should be higher than anybody, it sounds like, of the three lords. Okay, and then last thing we got, new chaotic units. With some of the most unique units in Warhammer 3 to date, the Chaos Dwarves utilize their engineering prowess with Earth Shaker launching Dreadquake mortars. Okay, so they nodded at the old name for the Dreadquake mortar, which is Earthshaker cannons or mortars. And then, yeah, it's Dreadquake mortars, though. Volcanic magma cannons and demonic iron war machines to pull their trains of destruction across the battlefield. They are specifically saying trains, and the way they showed it in the trailer where they're like piecing together the Iron Demon, you saw not only the Skullcracker, you saw the Steam Cannonade, both of the engine versions, and then you also saw a steam wagon on the back being fitted with a Dreadquake mortar. I think we're getting actual trains that you might be able to build, maybe, or maybe they're just unit variants. I don't know. On the demonic side, set the lands ablaze with the monstrous Kadai Fireborn and Kadai Destroyer units, both bolted with heavy armor to contain a source of disruptive power never before seen in the mortal world. Quest for sacrifice. The Chaos Dwarfs seek an unimaginable power, the blood of Hashut, to conquer the known world, but they must first construct the Great Drill of Hashut to burrow into the domain of their mighty god, which can only be done by stealing and corrupting a number of precious dwarven relics. Once the Great Drill is complete, it can begin to dig to the world's core, churning through earth, rock, and the very fabric of reality itself to breach Hashut's domain. Interesting. But the dwarfs hold grudges, seeking revenge for the tainting of their ancient heirlooms, and their aim is to stop you. Ooh, so you're gonna... Maybe there's gonna be something with the old world dwarves trying to stop you. So maybe in the realms of chaos you're like... You get these, like, bands of dwarves popping up or something. I don't know. Sounds cool, though. Infernal labor. With a multi-layered economy centered around the gathering and management of laborers, the Chaos Dwarfs capture those that they best in combat and assign them to grueling work in their mining outposts, where they harvest raw materials used to expand the Chaos Dwarven Empire, construct advanced buildings, and strengthen their armies. Hellforge. With the Hellforge at their disposal, the mighty Chaos Dwarf legions can grow mightier with special schematics forged in fire, and those schematics apply a set of bonuses to the allocated units so they may thrive on the battlefield. So yeah, there's a lot of mechanics in here, which is great because that's what I was thinking. There should be a lot of mechanics for the Chaos Dwarves, a lot of potential ones. Tower of Zharr. The Chaos Dwarves vie for ownership of special seats within this mighty tower, granting their faction unique rewards upon success. Chaos Dwarves can also cooperate to complete districts, benefiting the whole culture, or battle it out for specific seats by usurping each other's rule. Industrial might. The Chaos Dwarves are famed arms merchants, supplying the force of chaos with weapons, armors, and war machines. By using convoys, you can trade your tools of war in return for a wide variety of resources. So it sounds like we're going to have with Industrial Might a version of in convoys, a version of the caravan mechanic for Cathay, just called convoys here. Tower of Zharr and the districts mechanic, I'm not totally sure how it works yet, but, the bonuses looked kind of like, the bonuses from Grom the Paunch's mechanics, but maybe, with the districts it works more like the Elector's Counts mechanics. Maybe it's something in those lines. The actual layout of the UI for the mechanic reminded me more of like Clan Molder and Clan Eshin, though, so a lot of parts there. Hellforge just sounds a lot like the Dwarves Forge mechanic, which is great that the Chaos Dwarves have that. And then the Infernal Labor seems like a slave mechanic similar to the Dark Elves. So, lots of cool stuff there. That's all there is on the Steam page. So, yeah, that's all I got for that. So, now for real. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you. Have a good day.